Chaz, what's been going on? I heard you renamed yourself, called yourself the Chop. That's really lame. Without the Z, it's the Chaz. Well, I haven't spoken about the Chaz in a couple of days now, probably like about a week. I haven't done a video on him since I did the Chaz video. And that's because in that video, I spoke about how like, this is one of those things that's going to die out because it was initially made to bait Trump into sending in the National Guards and having all this just terrible footage that the left could use during, to say what an evil dictator he is and how he's trying to facilitate a new, something that the left themselves have been doing with the whole New World Order thing. So, I'm just like, yo, it's one of those things. Trump saw right through it. He said, let it rot. And now, they're actually shutting down. A lot of people are leaving. There's been tons of shootings, and it's not the utopia that everyone with that mindset, with that I'm a victim mentality, has decided. So we got this article coming to us from The Blaze. Chop activist shot after volunteer security shift wants to sue Seattle police for not responding. Somebody doesn't know what the word autonomous means. Anyways, DeJuan Young also says the attack on him was racially motivated because, of course, it was. I saw this on Twitter and laughed my ass off. He's like, yo, police never came. Police, bruh, y'all kicked the police out. Like, that's on you. Oh, my goodness. And I initially wasn't going to do a video on it, but the Blaze is trying to give this guy traction, and it's an interesting enough story. So this is written by Breck Dumas. A man who was shot in Seattle over the weekend says he was attacked as he was leaving his volunteer security shift at the city's cop-free Capitol Hill organized protest, formerly known as Chaz, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Yeah, it's still Chaz. You will forever be Chaz over here, because Chop is just... It's not the same, man. It really doesn't have the same, pizzazz or zeal. Despite his support for the anarchist occupation, DeJuan Young wants to sue the Seattle Police Department because he says he was technically shot outside the zone and officers never responded. He also says the attack on him was racially motivated. Yes. I saw this one article. I'm not sure it was an article or not, but the guy had he was in the Chaz for 15 minutes before a couple black guys beat the hell out of him and took his stuff. And all you can really say is, bruh, you went out there, you know what you were doing, and guess what, Mr. Young, you went out there, you knew what you were doing, and so thusly, don't look for sympathy now. The Seattle Police Department did not immediately respond to a request for a comment on this story. Why would they? Why would they? Huh? Like, all right, bet, we'll see you in court. It is what it is. You decided that you wanted to go partake in this. You knew that cops were not going to be available. So now that you've suffered the consequences, getting lit up like 50 Cent, you got to deal with that shit. Young, 33, so that's not too young, has released a series of videos on social media from his hospital bed where he is recovering after being shot 5 times. The activist says he wants to get his story out in the media and is seeking legal counsel to take up his case, arguing there is no excuse for the SPD not responding to the scene to provide an escort for the paramedics that treated him. Yeah, there is. You're at the Chop. This is what the police were pushed out of this space. So why are you expecting them to pop up now? No, it don't work like that. In videos posted to his TikTok account, oh Christ, seriously, everybody get off of TikTok. It really is just the dumbest freaking social media platform. Young says until he was shot, he was at Chop every night and volunteered to provide security in the autonomous area. So you volunteer for this shit. KIRO-TV reported that Young was at Chop on Saturday morning when he heard gunfire and decided to leave. Those initial shots. Wait a second, they're shooting here for like the 3rd consecutive night? Who'd have thunk it? Those initial shots left 1 teenager dead and 3 others wounded. Young says a group of men attacked him and used a racial slur before shooting him in the stomach 5 times. He told the outlet, so basically I was shot by, I'm not sure if they're Proud Boys or KKK. All right, cool. Sure. I wasn't there. I cannot dispute that claim, but the deal is regardless, you went into that zone knowing what that zone was. So you assumed responsibility for anything that would take place in that zone or anything that would happen. Because even like a few nights before, somebody had bled out because the paramedics wouldn't get out because they couldn't create a safe scene for them. And you had all these people there crying about, oh my goodness, sorry. Like there are certain choices that you make that have inherent risk upon them, there's certain assumed risks that you take in almost everything. The activist has set up a GoFundMe, of course he did, for himself to raise funds to assist with his medical bills and other expenses, and is urging others to get the word out about what happened to him. Yeah, we're not listening to all that. As Young's videos began circulating online Wednesday evening, his GoFundMe grew while questions began to arise about his account of events, and a reporter came forward claiming he had actually been assaulted by Young at Shop. Andy No, if you're not familiar with Andy No, he's the guy, I did a video on him being hit in the face with concrete like almost a year and some change ago. Andy No, editor-at-large for the Post-Millennial, reported that Scribner journalist Kaylin D. Almeida says DeJuan Young is one of the men who assaulted him and tried to steal his phone for recording Ross Simone and his armed entourage in charge. In Chaz. Jesus. In charge in Chaz. After evidence failed to materialize to support accusation that shootings in Chaz were a right-wing attack, a victim is now speaking to media and says he was shot by Proud Boys or KKK. He didn't describe suspects. He blames police for not protecting him. Well, that's the thing. It's about accountability. It's about protecting yourself. That's what really amazes me. I think, yeah, that's the end of the article. That's what really amazes me about the entire incident is that there's no self-accountability. Like it's one thing, like if you're just walking home and you get shot in the middle of the street, then yeah, I believe that police are obligated. But if you are entering an autonomous zone or, what's the Capitol Hill organized protest zone, God, Chop is so much weaker than Chaz, then guess what? You're assuming risk. You are assuming risk, and you have to know, particularly with the events that transpired, for the past couple of weeks, that the police were very likely not coming to help you. So you did this to yourself, Mr. Young, and you get no sympathy from me. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. And we get videos like this every single day. Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Mr. Young did this to himself. Like you went there knowing what it was. It's like going to a demolition car derby and getting hit by a tire. Well, you kind of like you knew cars broke apart. I mean, there's a certain level of assumed risk, even though waivers should be signed. But either ways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe that the police should have come to Mr. Young's rescue, or do you believe, hey, you get what you deserve when you go out into spaces that have called themselves autonomous zones where police are not allowed? Okay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, okay? Until the next one.